Konnichiwa. Is it really possible to learn how to sound like a native Japanese speaker? Some people do it. How do they do it? In this video, I'll give you my 5 tips for how to practice speaking Japanese so you can sound like a native speaker. These tips are essential before speaking to anybody, and my students love the methods. I'm Mineko Arai. I've spent the last 20 years teaching at top universities in the UK, as well as consulting for the British Foreign and Commonwealth Office, the British Museum, and companies like Sony and Deloitte. If you want more content to help you become a confident Japanese speaker, consider liking, subscribing, and hitting the notification bell so you never miss a video. Have you ever met a Japanese learner who speaks so fluently that they sound like a native speaker? Some people just seem to get it. I'm here to tell you that you can get it too. Many of my students started with zero Japanese but have gone on to have business meetings in Japan, deliver speeches at Japanese events, and have traveled throughout Japan, talking with locals and having amazing experiences. You can absolutely improve your Japanese speaking skills even without a teacher or visiting Japan. The key is to link your brain and your mouth, linking your input, your new expressions, and your output, using them in conversation. If you can do this, you'll become a confident speaker and you'll find that your practice will pay off very quickly. Imagine the connection between your brain and your mouth is a water pipe. If you want to have a better flow, you need a bigger, wider pipe. If you don't have a pipe or just a very small one, the flow of conversation will be restricted, or maybe it won't flow at all. I've combined my own practical experience with the language acquisition theories and the best techniques to show you how to practice speaking Japanese to improve as quickly as possible. It worked when I practiced speaking English from zero. I guarantee that if you try this method, you'll become a much more confident speaker. In fact, if you follow this method, you can become a confident Japanese speaker in as little as 4 weeks. Practicing speaking by yourself is a good first step to overcoming this. Here are my 5 practice tips for sounding like a native Japanese speaker. If you watch to the end of the video, you'll get the info about my live learning support community. Here we go. 1. Read Japanese text aloud. Reading aloud is a great way to start because you can take your time understanding the meaning and sentence structure, and it's much more stimulating than just reading it in silence. The more stimulation your brain has, the easier it will be for new phrases to enter into your long-term memory. Make sure you review the material from your last lesson or study session before you try to use them in a conversation. It's useful to have text of example sentences that you can see rather than just doing it from memory. 2. Repeat after audio. If you can, find the study materials with audio and repeat the example sentences until you can say them all smoothly. You can pause if the sentence is too long. It's better to break it down into chunks and repeat each phrase until you can say it exactly the same as the audio. I did this every single day when I was studying English. For example, it was really difficult for me to say, "I'm interested in something" in English. I repeated that phrase 100 times because the pronunciation is so different from Japanese. Pronunciation is so different between Japanese and English that you really need to make sure that your tongue gets used to moving the right way. 3. Self-talk, monologue. It's normal for us to talk to ourselves throughout the day. It's actually a great way to practice speaking Japanese. Nobody's around to hear you, correct you, or criticize you, and you don't need to worry about making mistakes. You can practice new expressions when you're drinking coffee, having a shower, putting on makeup, or anything else you do around your home. You can even speak to yourself mentally, not necessarily aloud, when you are out in public, shopping, waiting for the bus. For example, 今日美味しいレストランに行きます。I'm going to a nice restaurant today. 4. Self-talk, question and answer conversation style. Once you start getting used to speaking Japanese and the words are flowing a bit more smoothly, it's a good time to start using a question and answer format in your self-talk. For example, if you've learned 行きます to go, you could practice it like this. 今日どこに行きますか? Where am I going today? 美味しいレストランに行きます。I'm going to a nice restaurant today. This kind of one-person role play will prepare you for a real conversation with a native speaker. So be ready for it. 5. Question and answer with your pet or an image of your favorite person. Now that you're used to using a question and answer or conversational format for self-talk, the next step is to start focusing on another person or thing. You can speak to an image of someone you like. Your partner, your mother, a celebrity, a pet, or even a soft toy. To your cat, 今日どこに行きますか? Where are you going today? 私は美味しいレストランに行きます。I'm going to a nice restaurant. This step might sound silly, but it really is an important process. It'll help your brain make connections that will help you focus on other people during a conversation. So there you have it, my 5 practice tips for how to sound like a native Japanese speaker. In the next video, I'll give you 3 tips to make the most of any conversations you have with a native speaker. I host a monthly live learning cafe with other learners and you'll have direct access to me, so tell me how you practice speaking and I'll give you personalized advice. The next learning cafe is on May 31st at 9 p.m. Tokyo time. This is a part of Master Speaking Japanese Learner course. A monthly subscription is less than the cost of a sandwich a week and you'll become a confident Japanese speaker in as little as 4 weeks. If you want to join the Learning Cafe, try out the free lessons and then sign up for the Master Speaking Japanese Learner course. The link is in the description box below. Sign up by May 30th to get access to the Learning Cafe and I'll see you there. Thank you very much for watching and I'll see you in the next video.